I see such a global benefit in your approach to this, doctor. I am the aggrieved individual and I can be self-focused. I can be so egocentric that I just care about getting over my grievance. But can I think in a broader perspective of how to not only overcome my grievance, but devise a solution that has a benefit to the larger global organization, which could be family and not just a workplace. It's a mindset change. I want to ask you a somewhat elementary question, but the term discrimination, I think, can be a very all-encompassing term. It could be age discrimination, could be gender discrimination, could be racial discrimination, could be any number of things. Have I framed this properly and certainly reframe my mindset if I need to?
You are just right on target. Some individuals said to me, why didn't you just simply say systemic racism? And I said, no, racism is actually based in discrimination. And whether it is, as you said, whether it is gender, whether it is religion, whether it is sexual orientation, whether it's age, it's a series of ideas that are prejudicial to someone else, that is not benefiting someone else. And it may be conscious bias or unconscious bias, but the impact on that individual is the same. So let's deal with discrimination generally. One of the things actually that has happened, and I will be having a workshop, a group approached me and they said, this is a technical group, and they said, we don't have discrimination in our group, but we have a lot of conflict and we think this approach can help. And I said, well, I had not thought of it that way, but let's do the following. Why don't you bring me 2 cases and let's discuss and let us see whether indeed the methodology fits. And so we did that, and we're going to have a workshop for their comrades.
I think a workshop is just absolutely great because for me, as I read your book, as I'm having this discussion, for some people, some of our listeners, it's a mindset shift. It is getting away from the triggers, or at least knowing the triggers, being aware of those triggers that could cause anger in me, and establish a broader mindset of, okay, at the moment I am angered, but I want to think through this. And for me, it involves critical thinking. How can I make this a more global solution that will benefit everyone? I want to encourage our listeners to think about this and to broaden our scope of how we can benefit others, not just ourselves. Dr. Frank, you've just stimulated my thinking, and that's what I love to do. I can think of many broad applications for what you've written about.